Welcome back to the Baltic Sea. This time, we're in our final country as we complete the circumnavigation of the Baltic Sea. We've been in 9 countries so far, and this is the 10th. Germany. We leave Disney Poland, and now have a lovely 42-mile sail to Kreuzland in Germany. So we're approaching Germany. We're in German waters now, and we'll put our feet down there in about an hour and a half. First time sailing in Germany. Whoop whoop. Schnitzel. Apple strudel. Maybe even a beer. We douse the Polish courtesy flag and hoist the German flag. Kreuzland is a lovely marina, full service, in a rural community. Serene, coming several miles into the harbor up quiet, still waters. It's a little shallow, but at the end of the long docks there's enough water for the Brees. We moor at the very end, farthest from shore. We're at Marina Kreuzland, Baltic Sea Resort. And there's the Brees way out on the end, just over top of that power boat. You can see our mast. The place is surrounded by farmland, and we wake to the sounds of geese and cattle. It was peaceful. We had a great night's sleep. We pick up a couple of things at the chandlery before we're off again. This time to Stralsund. Stralsund is only 30 miles, with lots of twists and turns, but it's a very nice day. Very little wind, so a lot of motoring, but still a pleasant way to spend a day. And for you Doctor Who fans out there, hiding in plain sight, a Dalek in a red and white disguise. A little easy sailing, a little jibe, as we approach the lift bridge. We're biding our time, as we have a bit of a wait once we get to the bridges. Very little wind, but we'll use whatever we can get. Here, there isn't enough to fill the big heavy head sail, so we'll just use a small bit of it. We get maybe a half knot of speed from it, but it's free speed, and we aren't in a hurry. We'll have that wait at the bridge anyways. Later, the wind does pick up, so we're actually trying to slow down. The current and the sails combined will have us arriving way too early. We need to sail faster than the current to be able to steer the boat. If you just coast with the current, you have no steerage. So we can't completely stop and just drift. Marie prepares the dock lines and the fenders for a starboard tie-off, as the marina has very nicely given us a slip already. And we head into the Narrows, just a few miles to go, past the ever-present swans. Marie scared all the swans.
And Erin missed it.
Except these two. They never stand on vessels. They said, we're not moving. We have the right of way. All the other ones are chickens. They're not swans, they're chickens. Bye-bye, chickens. And here are those bridges. One for cars and trucks, and one for trains. We arrive and start driving in huge circles to kill time until the trains pass and the bridge lifts. We can't interrupt the train schedule. It seems like an hour, but it was likely only 15 or 20 minutes. First, we wait for eastbound traffic, and then it's our turn, and it's a sprint to the marina with a dozen or so other boats that had been waiting with us, and everyone was dancing and jockeying for the first entrance. It's a crowd, both the eastbound boats and our westbound fleet. Everyone in a hurry to grab a slip before they're all taken. There were about 15 coming this way before we could even enter and pass under the bridge. With a little patience, we all made it and found our slip and tied off for a few days to enjoy Stralsund and take a day trip on the train the day after tomorrow. We're off to see Berlin. What a beautiful night. By the way, our refrigerator's been acting up, thawing the freezer twice so far, so we're looking for services as we stop at each dock. Maybe here? On this beautiful night, let's go find a beer. And for breakfast? Apple strudel, of course. Warm, in the market square. We meet this guy on our return, a sentry, guarding our boat. He must be really tired as he's going nowhere. He's not afraid to hang out with us. And then the train to Berlin. So exciting. We've been very lucky in our lives, seeing a lot of amazing places, but we've never had the opportunity to see Berlin. Very nice train. Quiet, not busy, relaxing, without us needing to worry about winds, currents, depths, storms, or anything else. Just relaxing, going for the ride. It's a bit of a walk to the bar car to grab a coffee, but it's interesting, at least for me. 17 more minutes and we'll be in Berlin's Hauptbahnhof. Why don't we have trains like this in North America? 2 reasons, I think. 1, population density. There just aren't as many people to support it. But then, even where there are high population densities, the East Coast, there's a financial model difference. In North America, trains are expected to be profitable, which is okay, but perhaps with consideration from a different point of view, you might have a different outcome. The alternative: cars travel on roads and highways in Canada that are not profitable. That is, taxes pay for the highways. What if roads were required to be self-funding like railways? That wouldn't work, would it? Perhaps we can find a model to move people in high-density areas from roads to rails, reducing road maintenance costs, and using these savings to enable train travel, maybe? Track and station maintenance, like highway services? I certainly don't have the answers, but I like the question. Welcome to Berlin, Hauptbahnhof. We're going to take a look around this city. Boy, this is some train station. Berlin, Hauptbahnhof.
Einfach RE5 nach Berlin Südkreuz über Berlin-Potsdamer.
As we often do in a new city, we grab the hop-on, hop-off bus tour. They typically do a route to the highlights, and we visit several, and we can get off at the most convenient places for our interests. They aren't inexpensive, but we budget for them, and they're very convenient. Also, the upper deck has some really nice views. We begin the day with the convertible topped closed for the rain, but that doesn't last long. The Berlin Wall is one of the highlights, of course. After decades of isolation, freedom. Reagan and Gorbachev found a way to make progress and end the Cold War. A terrific outcome for all, especially the Berliners. Some of the wall has been left standing and has 36 years of natural erosion. Some, however, has become part of public art, celebrating many causes: peace, human rights, the planet, many important things. Along the river is this beautiful section of the wall with the 1990 art. So much to see. I only wish that I could show it all to you. You'll just have to come and see for yourself. Formerly, a 1.3 kilometer stretch with 118 artists from 21 countries decorated it in 1990. Perhaps decorate is not the right word. And now, there's ongoing restoration of the 1990 art and new additions. Formal art and graffiti, both speaking and asking to be heard. They all have points of view.
So here on this side, you can't see or hear anybody on the other side. How is this different than a prison? What do these people do to deserve to be in a prison? And here the wall is blank. They had to reconstruct it, fix it, keep it standing so that we don't forget how humans treat other humans. Who gives them the right to be so cruel?
And lots more public art. Statues, houses, a beautiful art museum, and even at the government buildings. And at the government buildings, a thank you to the shipyard workers from Gdansk for their initial work, and now support for the next front in Ukraine. The Brandenburg Gate dating from the 1700s, which was formerly a gate through the city walls. Amazing. So we were on the train from Berlin back to the boat.
I've got no recliner.
And I said, we can have one of these little quiet rooms. And Marie said, I said, we like being in Agatha Christie. And her response was,
You get killed on the train. And they don't recline.
you get in these little rooms, these little cubbies, and this is where everybody gets murdered on the train trips. So,
And yet, here we are.
if we get murdered, you'll find out all the details on this video. We'll be on Miss Marple. What a great day. Back to the boat. And a beer back at the harbor. A few older guys singing some classics. Ireland's Whiskey in the Jar. Following day, a beautiful afternoon, and it's race day. Race day for the locals. Wednesday night, 6 p.m. in Germany. Standing on the Brees, looking at Wednesday night racing. Most of the boats got GER on the sails. They're German, but there's one Swedish, SWE, on a sail. Over there. And they're off. The first fleet. On our last day in Stralsund, a little walk with some street music. Let's have a nice breakfast, more strudel. And then a quick trip to the medieval city walls before setting off. And now we have a very short sail, only about 10 miles to Barholt. And we noticed this sea eagle on the way. Wow. A very pleasant, uneventful day. It's very shallow getting in here, but the red and green buoys kept us safely in the deeper water. We're safely on the Hammerhead in time for dinner. In our next harbor. Tomorrow we can head west on Germany or a little bit northwest to Denmark. Both are on our way to the Kiel Canal. I think the winds are going to push us a little bit north, so we'll probably end up in Denmark tomorrow night. But we'll relax here for the rest of the day. Short day today. Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's a lot of dive gear. Sea Shepherd. Sounds like Greenpeace, but I don't think it is. Triton out of Bremen. We'll look it up. And it's here in Barholt that we had two very nice meetings. First, the Sea Shepherd and her crew. They're collecting ghost nets in the Baltic this summer. Great job, folks. Thanks for doing the work. They're removing those abandoned nets, either purposely abandoned or caught up underwater and cut loose by the fishermen. And when they retrieve them, they finally end their killing, because as long as those nets are out there, they're still killing fish. And then, at dinner, we met Wolfgang and Suzanne on their boat, Waterwolf. And this is the story of our chef, Wolfgang. So, there's a local fisherman who smokes his catch on the dock here each day. Wolfgang very graciously gifted us a mackerel from this smokehouse. So for YouTube, this is our personal chef. Wolfgang Puck. No, not Puck. But it is Wolfgang. He brought us some lovely smoked herring.
Mackerel.
Mackerel.
Yeah.
Sorry?
From the local fisherman
On the dock.
who smoked it right there.
And then later that day, he asked how it tasted. We had to admit that we didn't even know how to prepare it. So, he graciously offered to come to our galley and prepare it, with some of our ingredients and some of his. Red onion, horseradish, cucumber, tomato and lettuce on a roll.
And is this enough for like 3 or 4 sandwiches? Looks like a lot of fish.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. I think it depends how big your roll is. But in general, I would say 4 sandwiches.
It was amazing. He's a retired chef and more, and he taught us about smoked mackerel. Delicious.
So you just have these things in your pantry?
Yeah. Well, I have tons of stuff in my pantry. About 50 different spices, probably 30 or 40 different sauces. And to me, cooking is all about flavoring the product properly.
Mm-hmm. I would not have put lentils and cilantro together. I don't know why.
Well, that's what the Indians do.
Okay.
Best meal of the entire season. Thanks, Wolfgang.
Masterpiece. You really didn't have to go to all of this, but we really appreciate it. It's like going out to dinner, only not.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That is so nice of you.
You are welcome, my dear. Good. Now a couple beers, a glass of wine, and we're all set.
Do you want some?
No.
You guys could come over and have dinner.
No, we have that for lunch. I'm gonna cook the flatfish.
Oh,
flounder. For dinner.
Very nice.
Thank you.
You're
That
welcome.
was so sweet.
If you don't leave tomorrow, I know that the fish didn't turn out well.
Thank you,
Okay.
Wolfgang.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We hope to see Wolfgang and Suzanne again next time. Dinner's our treat. And then there were these guys. Well, these 2 guys were nice guys, but their boss, back on the ship, he was a bit annoying. Some little inconveniences, but we'll cover that all next time. And the Sea Shepherd left port a little bit after us. But it looks like they can go quite significantly faster than us. They came over and swung by and honked. Have a good day, guys. Find lots of ghost nets. Be kind to the animals. So from Erin and Marie, when we see you again, somewhere beyond the sea.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands.